Greetings, I'm Pete Knight. I'm a trainer assessor for the British Caving Association's LCMLA qualifications. I'm here to introduce you to the two types of pitch rigging techniques used within the Vertical Leader Award. Traditional ladder and lifeline skills form the basis of the Vertical Leader Award and are covered during the Vertical Core Skills Assessment. These skills can be extended with the optional SRT for Leader module if desired. Each method has its advantages, but both can be used to ensure the safety of novice cavers and mine explorers navigating vertical terrain under our care. In this short video we will look at the differences between the two types of rope work. Both of these will be covered in more depth during your training course, but the range of these skills that you will need to demonstrate during assessment will depend on which modules you are taking. The LCMLA Vertical Leader Award's first assessment module is the Vertical Core Skills. This assesses the use of traditional ladder and lifeline techniques only. Instructors and participants are equipped with a suitable sit harness and dynamic rope cow's tails. The main feature of traditional ladder and lifeline rigging is that there is a separate rigging rope and belay rope. The rigging rope here is the blue one and is also known as the traverse rope. This protects everyone as they approach or leave the pitch by connecting to it with their cow's tails. The belay rope, also known as the lifeline, which is the orange one here, is attached at the master point on the pitch head and used to protect people while they ascend and descend the pitch. For descent, an instructor often lowers the participants down the pitch using the belay rope. A suitable belay device that is compatible with low stretch rope is used to safely control the rate of descent. The same device will be used to lifeline participants back up the ladder later. For increased interest or challenge, the instructor may choose to have the group members abseil themselves on an additional rope. They would still be attached to the belay rope, which the instructor uses to protect them in case of an uncontrolled descent. Once all the participants are down the pitch, the instructor abseils down to join them, leaving a caving ladder ready for their return later. Because the belay rope needs to remain in place running through the carabiner at the master point, the abseil is often done as a counterbalance. Safe use of this technique will be covered on vertical leader training courses. The traverse rope, belay rope and a ladder must remain set up on each pitch that is descended during a trip when using traditional ladder and lifeline skills. When the group has returned to the base of the pitch, the instructor will need to climb back up the ladder first. They must be belayed up by a second instructor or competent assistant who is an experienced and independent belayer. It is not permissible or safe to climb a ladder without a belay. Self-belay or group belay emergency techniques will be taught on vertical leader training courses to cover situations where the second instructor or assistant has become injured and is unable to belay. Once they are safely at the top of the pitch, the instructor sets up the belay rope and belay device and lowers the end of the rope down. Each participant attaches onto the end of the belay rope and climbs the ladder when instructed to do so. It is important that a tight belay is maintained at all times when climbing a ladder. When the participant reaches the top of the pitch, they reattach their cow's tails to the traverse rope and can safely move away from the pitch under supervision of the instructor. When using SRT for leader techniques, the participants will be equipped with a suitable sit harness and dynamic rope cow's tails, but the instructor will be using an SRT kit so that they can progress up and down a fixed rope. SRT for leader rigging normally uses a single low stretch rope for both the traverse and belay. The pitch is rigged for SRT but incorporates a master point directly at the pitch head. The use of twin loop knots at the Y-hang is common for this. The rope used is longer than you would rig for normal personal SRT, and that allows the tail to be brought up and used to lower and belay the participants. Like traditional ladder and lifeline technique, the participants are often lowered down the pitch using a suitable belay device, but a lifelined abseil could also be used. Once the participants are all down the pitch, the instructor can remove the belay device and lower the remaining rope down until it is all hanging from the Y-hang at the pitch head. They can now abseil down the rope as they would on a normal SRT pitch. The instructor does not need to set up a ladder before they descend. With SRT for leader, the use of a single long rope for both rigging and belaying reduces the overall amount of equipment that is needed to be carried for each pitch on a trip. Most notably, a ladder does not have to be left on every pitch for the return, because the instructor ascends the SRT rope and can then set up the ladder for the group. When returning to the base of each pitch, the instructor climbs up the SRT rope first, while the group remains safely back away from the bottom of the pitch. Once they are safely at the top, they will uncoil and lower down the travelling ladder, which is hung at a suitable point on the rigging, often in the most convenient location for the participants to climb. They next set up the lifeline through the belay device at the pitch head Y-hang, using the tail of the pitch rope to belay the participants. Each participant attaches onto the rope and climbs the ladder when instructed to do so. It is important that a tight belay is maintained at all times when climbing a ladder. The use of SRT skills for a vertical leader is optional, but instructors must have completed the SRT for leader assessment if they do wish to use SRT for personal progression. Unlike traditional ladder and lifeline technique covered in the vertical core skills assessment, the instructor does not necessarily need a second instructor or competent belayer anymore, and so this module does allow for lone working with groups underground on suitable pitches. If there is not going to be a second instructor in the group with SRT skills, consideration should be given to what might happen if the sole instructor becomes injured or incapacitated while the group is still at the bottom of the pitch. Issues such as this will be discussed during a vertical leader training course. I hope you found this information useful, and if you ever have any questions about the award schemes, you can see the full syllabus along with many digital learning resources on the British Caving Association website. You can also contact a local scheme trainer assessor. Thank you for watching.